Peace and blessings. My name is Carlos Walker, and this is Art and Hustle, Black Authors Matter. And today I got Mr. John. Is that Cameron?
Yeah,
Cameron?
Cameron. Yeah. Yes.
If you will, share a little bit about who you are and
Okay.
what you do.
All right. My name is John Cameron. I'm a licensed therapist. I'm a mental health therapist. I'm also a certified anger management specialist. I'm a former educator. Worked in Philly school districts, doing school climate and safety. That's my background. I left in 2020 to pursue my dreams, become a full-time therapist and author. Since then, I wrote a book. My passion is working with young men because while I was in education, I always worked in juvenile facilities on the side, like secure facilities with juveniles. Just happened to be my passion. I want to help these young guys get on track. We all make mistakes. We all one thing away from a terrible mistake or accident. And I just, I want to always try to help the young guys and listen, help you get back on your feet. You know what I mean? Because we all get grace. And I believe in grace because I had some grace in my life. You hear me? So, and if I had that grace, I don't know where I would be. So, a few years ago, I wrote a book called The 5 Pillars of Leadership for Black Boys Parent Guide. Kind of what it looks like. And basically, 5 pillars was, I was sitting there thinking like, what happened was one of my students from the lockdown facility, because I was working 2 jobs. Let me go from there. And one of my kids, I had him since he was 12 years old. Rest in peace, Shannon Johnson. And he, as he came into the facility, grew and grew, and his behaviors got worse. Our relationships got stronger, but the violence got worse. So one day, his girlfriend shot his girlfriend and shot his best friend because he was dating his girlfriend allegedly.
He got emotional.
Yeah, he got emotional. He actually stalked them, dressed in Kemar, and waited for him, and he killed them. And he got sentenced to death at the age of 28. And at 31, he decided to be executed. He petitioned to be executed because he was like, I'm not staying on death row the rest of my life. So, of course, state of Delaware was like, you're going to save me some money. And they executed him in 2012. And I just couldn't shake that off. I'm like, I knew this kid.
Yeah, it was somebody you helped mold.
I knew, yeah. I raised him. I'm like, what can we do as parents to kind of help and to develop into leaders? And that's why I wrote the book. The book comes in like I said, 5 pillars. I'm actually working on the 6th pillar, which is focused on mental health, and that'll be finished at the end of the month. So that's called the 6th pillar leadership, helping your child through mental health. So I'm an advocate for that. So the pillars go from here. Education. I tell in the book we talk about the importance of education. I'm not talking about college degrees and but just education.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Just want a Black History moment. Malcolm X said, "Education is the passport to the future." Go ahead.
That's right. Yes, and that's why So I talked about my education. I went to school, got a graduate degree, but my education really was life.
Yes.
Woo! I got a doctorate in life. You hear me? So I talk about that and why it's important for us to encourage our kids to, at least finish high school and then break off into, if you're skilled in electrician or you're a skilled plumber, get them there. I
prefer trades more than college.
Oh, yeah.
That's me personally, because trades, you own your own business. You are your business.
You are your business.
It doesn't stop.
Yep.
But with college, their profession, they might take you might mess around, end up getting a trade anyway.
Yeah. So, and that's why I tell parents, just because you're a doctor or lawyer, John don't got to be a doctor or lawyer to be successful. Find out his strengths. So in the book, I talk about certain tests that you can take just to kind of see where your kid's at,
Okay.
Like, they're like personality tests.
Proficiency test or something, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see, hey, John might be a good artist, so he might be a good, architect. Or, we can take him to different levels and stuff. So that's why I got that piece. The second piece is your character. just teaching the kids about good character, because your character is developed when people ain't looking. That's when your character is developed. So I tell parents, if you put good work out there, your kid remember it when you ain't around. That's when you know parenting and all that. Because your kid will say, hey, you know what? This don't make no sense. I'm not getting in the car, and I know this boy ain't got no license. You know, I walk. And that's what, and I got some, you know, some stories about how I had to look at my character, and I had to walk away from some things, you know. So the third thing is goal setting. I truly believe, and my wife, and she pounded like, John, it got to be goals. And I used to be like, I just go ahead and do. But I believe in goals, and I believe in the smart goals. You know what I'm saying? Where there's measurable things that you can actually measure out. So I teach parents in this book how to create smart goals for your children. For example, kids will say, I want to go to the NFL. Well, what does that look like? Well, if you're trying to go to the NFL, that means you're trying to get up every morning. You about to put this work in. Miles, going to practice, work on your education, work on stay in that weight room, and in 6 months, you want to say, I want to go from here to this. I want to improve my 40 from 4.5 to 4.4, but you're gonna have to do them 100 sprints every day. You just can't just say I want to. So I'm showing kids you have to set these goals and let's make them measurable. It makes sense. Everybody not going to the NFL
because it's going to bring discipline too.
Yep, and that's the part, the discipline piece. The discipline to get you over talent. I've seen, I've watched my sons and them play football, and I've seen super talented kids that wasn't disciplined, and I've seen a disciplined kid who wasn't the fastest and excel and jump over everybody.
Because of his consistency. Look, there's a certain few things that come with that discipline that you get. Discipline is consistency. Discipline is, I'm going to make sure that I do everything that I need to do to make it to where I'm going to make it to.
Yeah, and you got to sit down and really look at it. And that's what I told parents. And then we talk about teaching them and having to write it down, because it's nothing like writing it down and looking at it. Because now you got to face yourself.
And you can mark it off later.
Yeah. So you can say, hey, this month I barely went to practice. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I got the goals and the smart. So in the book, there's a whole diagram on how to do a smart goal in the book, The next piece is a piece that we both connected with, the entrepreneurship.
Come on now.
I believe that every parent, you better teach your kids how to hustle.
Give them some candy, anything. Let them get out there and hey, just play around with it. You ain't teaching them they need to know the craft of it.
Yep, and that's why I put it out there, because things come to most who wait, but the most of us, we got to hustle, and you got to teach your kids that, hey, things might get tight, and what am I going to do? I remember, my father, God rest his soul, was a hard-working man. My father never finished 8th grade, but he ended up getting a good job. He was a butcher, so our life was okay. You know what I'm saying? We was poor. I didn't know we was poor. But then one day my dad lost his job, and I was in 11th grade. Now he's got an 8th grade education. But my dad, what he did was he took a market and hey, I clean buildings. And I started going with my dad, and he was able to start cleaning buildings and making money.
You seen this hustle.
I seen this hustle. And then we would ride around the neighborhood, and he was like, John, every piece of paper you see, newspaper, grab them, throw in the back. And we had a 72 Nova with the clutch on the top right here. And he was like jumping. He said, grab the paper, throw in the back. And then we would go to the infirmary in West Philly, and I'd have $80. I'm in the 6th grade with $80. So he said, hey, I'm taking 40 or 60. You work on that 20 for the week, but here's your money. So he was teaching me how to hustle, like survive. He always said, John, there's money out there. He said, and the more money, he said, you'll make more money if you do things that people don't like to do. He said, don't nobody like to come get these wet and heavy papers. He said, but you be the guy that, hey, can I get your newspapers? Can I get your aluminum? And you take it to the place and you weigh it.
And you're going to make money.
And you make your money. I still, that was a proud moment for me. That first time I did it, because I went to the zoo. I was in 6th grade, and I bought my girlfriend the three cookies, the chocolate chip cookie. You couldn't tell me nothing, and I had, you know what I'm saying. I was like, you know, so, but I had money.
Mm-hmm.
It was the small things. I had money, so I believe in teach them how to hustle. Teach them how to, you know, even if they're not entrepreneurs, teach them how to survive. And hey, you might need to make some money right now till things get better. So they don't fold. They don't be like, well, I got a college degree. Why ain't I working? Find another way.
What else is you gonna do?
Yeah, what else you gonna do? I sell T-shirts at Cowtown all the time, and I got 2 college degrees.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting there with the rest of them guys, and we talking, and we selling. It don't matter.
Mm-mm.
It don't matter.
You know how to go get it.
Got to go get it. I know a guy at Cowtown, almost a millionaire. He just sells. He sells shoes.
And then you got a book. You can take that book out there,
I got T-shirts, and I have my book all the time.
And guess what? You're gonna make some money off that book.
Mm-hmm. You know, we talk all the time about that.
Come on now.
You know, so, and then the last one, to me, is probably the most important. We got to teach our kids to be resilient, handle setbacks. We all had setbacks. Now what you going to do? How you going to make it? You know, I lost everything, and I had to live with my sister for about 1.5 years, and I had to figure out how I was going to get back and be with my kids. You know, and I tell people, you got to teach your kids how to be resilient and don't fold. You're gonna have some tough times, you know. So I looked at those 5 pillars as stepping stones to become a leader, and that was just kind of, you know, how I took it, you know. And I still, you know, I'm grateful because people still ask for the book, and you know, I wrote another book just for men in depression, the ebook. Breaking the stigma, guide to helping men understand depression and anxiety, and I'm just grateful for the mind to do it, and to be able to reach out, and because our men need support. You know, I always tell people, you know, because the Bible said man will leave his home, he has to leave his home. You know, and that's tough, because most of the time we leave our home and to get our families. We done left our friends and everything.
You left everything.
We done left everything.
You got to build. You got to build with the person that you're about to build with. But you still almost, I ain't gonna say alone, because she's there, but you can't really give her everything, that all the weight that you got to deal with.
Right. And that's why I tell you, we still alone, and we gotta, you know what I'm saying. So we gotta be able to support and be there for ourselves. And I'm grateful for meeting you. You know what I mean, Carlos? I was like, that's a strong brother right there. I just saw strength in your face. I was like, that's a strong brother. I need to know him.
All I know how to do, there's a Bible verse that says, the just shall live by faith. I know how, or I have gained wisdom of trust God, trust the process. Because I don't know everything. But I do know one thing. I know God gave me something, and I know that if I don't take this something and make it happen, nothing happens. So what I got to do is, to your principles, I got to be resilient and go. That doesn't mean, hey, emotions don't pile up. My mind doesn't go haywire. It just means, look, God done gave you a promise, and if you don't mess around and step out on faith and trust the process, what God told you gonna happen ain't gonna happen, because you didn't choose to make the process work. You got to go.
That's right.
So, hey, the entrepreneur part, I learned that, hey, from my past, I used to sell drugs.
Right.
I know how to move a product. My product now is a book.
That's right.
Take that product and
you gave me $1 million of information a couple of months ago, and I'm grateful.
Man, hey, look, hey, I came up with a plan. Look, I just took and realized, hey, that you have the organizational backing that can possibly take and do anything you want to. Sometimes you can't see being in it. The person on the outside can see what's there. You just got to know how to run with it.
Yeah.
but that's quite a few look of y'all who don't see it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still there. Um, Appreciate the principles that you have created.
Thank you.
Just from looking at that young man who didn't know how to handle his emotions.
Yeah.
To me, life is about being able to not allow the emotions. Because rest in peace to the young man. I wish he was still here. It was a journey that had to be traveled in order for you to even come across and be able to
Yep.
come up with the book.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm grateful that you are putting the book out there because now you can help somebody else where
Mm-hmm.
you didn't see how you could have done that because you did everything that you could do. From
Yeah.
12 to 28, you poured into him.
Mm-hmm.
But now you do have information where you can take and save, look, hopefully millions with this book.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So continue to do what you're doing, continue to create
Okay.
because you got an amazing gift at being able to have been around these young men growing while using that system. You
Mm-hmm.
learned, you watched, you
Mm-hmm.
studied,
Yeah.
and God gave you something from that so that you can help many others.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it.
So,
Appreciate it. All right.
if you would like, well, what I need two things from you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to give me a word of wisdom for anybody who may be just starting a journey, doing anything, prison, out of prison, in the field of entrepreneurship. Give me a word of wisdom that can help that person.
What I want to tell everybody, you can't do this alone. Seek a mentor. Find a mentor.
Mm,
Find a mentor. You find you a spiritual mentor. You find you an entrepreneur mentor. You know, you find you a day-to-day mentor. Find a mentor. Okay? Find somebody who already doing what you did. And that's what I did. I started talking to people who wrote books and start doing speeches, and I start talking to them. And they
mm,
start giving me insight. You know, they kind of can help you get to the process faster because they'll tell you, well, hey, this didn't work for me. So why don't you look at that? And to be honest, once you get to the point that you may have to pay a mentor, but that's okay.
because it's going
Believe
to
me,
benefit you in the long
it's going
run.
to benefit you in the long term. They're giving you $1 million worth of gain.
Mm,
And so you gotta, but trust yourself. Get out there. Don't be scared. I know you like we all anxious. We got bills to pay. But start lightly. Start working on your projects on the weekends. I was selling books on the weekends. Well, I
mm,
still have my job. I said, I do weekend, any events that's going on. I went to ChatGPT and said, hey, find me events in my area.
mm.
And then hey, I got this book. Can you help me? And you go from there. But no, find a mentor and believe in yourself.
And then last, tell them where they can find your books because I know you got the other one coming this later this month.
Yeah,
But the other book, let them know where they can find this book because hey, this is the reason why we're on here. Look, black books matter.
that's right.
Information matters. Whether you're
Yeah.
black, white, it doesn't matter. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody can use this information. But I need y'all to go purchase that man's book. Look, it's gonna help your children, but it might really is for the parent
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to be able to help the children. So what I need you to do, and it's going to benefit you yourself. You might still be in a child's position, depending on where you're at in some form of your life. So you'll be speaking to that younger you while you're working on the older you.
That's
But
right.
I need y'all to buy this book. Talk
All
to
right.
me.
You can find it at www.thecamerongroup.info. I know it's a big word, but www.thecamerongroup.info. My ebook, is $9. It's called Breaking the Stigma: A Guide to Understanding Depression and Anxiety for Men. And I got a real strong topic on the man cave and how the man cave damages us. And
Mm.
it hurts us more than helps. So definitely please support. All the proceeds I use it for my leadership conferences for boys and my I have a gun intervention program that I go to facilities and we do. I give the boys T-shirts and we do training. So it's just whatever money we make, we go in back and we just recycle it back to the kids.
Mm. Appreciate you for all that you do, man. It's imperative that you have men such as yourself that are willing to pour back into mentors. You know what a mentor means because you were one, and you probably had some growing up.
My
So
dad, yeah.
you understand the significance of it. So I thank you for all that you do. I pray that well, I already know we're gonna stay connected.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you
what
know
we're
that.
gonna do, man, I
I'll be
already know
coming down
that.
for coffee. I'll be coming down to coffee real soon, bro. We're gonna catch up.
All right, and we're gonna figure out how to make these plans work.
Okay. Yep.
Look, I love you, bro.
Love
Keep
you
doing
too.
what you're doing. My name is Carlos Walker. This is Art and Hustle, Black Authors Matter, Season 2, and this is Mr. John Cameron.
All right. Thank you,
Blessings.
bro.
Blessings.
All right.